Johnny Depp stood at the podium in a tense press briefing in Washington, D.C. The room buzzed with anticipation, the air thick with tension. Depp, known for his iconic roles in films like Pirates of the Caribbean and Edward Scissorhands, had taken on a new challenge in the political arena, leveraging his charisma and eloquence to navigate the complex world of politics. The room hummed with whispers and the occasional flash of a camera. Depp's eyes scanned the crowd, his expression calm and composed. He had faced tough audiences before, both on screen and off, but this was different. The stakes were higher, and the scrutiny was more intense that a particularly aggressive journalist in the front row raised his hand, his eyes locked onto Depp. Mr. Depp, the administration's policies have been criticized for suppressing marginalized communities. How do you respond to these accusations? Depp paused, his gaze steady. Thank you for your question. The administration is committed to ensuring that all voices are heard and that no community is left behind. Our policies are designed to uplift and support, not suppress. We are actively working to address the concerns of marginalized communities and create a more inclusive society. The journalist pressed on, his tone sharpening. But isn't it true that the new legislation disproportionately affects these communities? And isn't this just another example of the administration's lack of commitment to real change? Depp maintained his composure, but he could feel the tension in the room rising. I understand your concerns, but I assure you that the administration is dedicated to making positive changes. We are engaged in ongoing dialogues with community leaders and advocates to ensure that our policies reflect the needs and aspirations of all citizens. The journalist wasn't satisfied. He leaned forward, raising his voice. But how can we trust that these dialogues will lead to meaningful action? The administration has a history of making promises that never materialize. Isn't this just another empty gesture? Depp saw where this was going. The exchange had shifted from a genuine quest for information to a performance designed for virality. The journalist was more interested in creating a spectacle than in seeking the truth. Depp subtly signaled to security, and the journalist was escorted out of the room, protesting loudly about censorship. The room fell into an uneasy silence, the reporters exchanging glances, unsure of what to make of the situation. Depp stood firm, his voice steady. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that the incident you just witnessed may raise questions. But let me assure you, our focus remains on having real, substantive discussions about the issues that matter to our nation. We will not be distracted by theatrics or sensationalism. Our commitment is to the truth and to the people we serve. Murmurs began among the reporters, some nodding in agreement, others still skeptical. Depp knew the media would spin the incident in various ways, but he was determined to stay the course. He had seen firsthand the power of words and the importance of integrity in public discourse. As the briefing continued, Depp fielded questions with the same calm and composure, his responses thoughtful and measured. His journey from a silver screen to the political stage had been anything but conventional, but he was committed to making a difference, one press briefing at a time. Johnny Depp's foray into politics had transformed him. No longer just an actor, he was now seen as a leader and changemaker. Every press conference, every Q&A session made him stronger and more resolute. Depp faced new challenges daily as a political spokesperson. Sometimes he found support, other times he faced harsh criticism. But he never wavered from his mission. For him, this journey was more than just a career change. It was a calling. Over time, Depp's successes as a political spokesperson gained him wider recognition. He was no longer just Hollywood's shining star, but an international political figure. His speeches, meetings, and interviews resonated with people around the world. Depp's story was more than just a personal journey. It was a tale of transformation and rebirth. His transition from acting to politics shed new light on his ability to inspire and influence people. With every step, every word, Depp's goal was to create a better world. One day, Depp received an urgent meeting request. A high-ranking official from the administration wanted to discuss a new policy initiative. In the meeting room, Depp was presented with a strategy document outlining a bold new policy change aimed at providing more support to marginalized communities. However, it risked backlash from powerful lobbies. Depp carefully read the document. This was one of the administration's most daring moves, and if successful, it could initiate significant change. But if it failed, the administration's credibility would be questioned. Depp was ready to take the risk. After the meeting, Depp immediately gathered his team. They discussed the new policy's details and strategized their approach. Depp was determined to ensure the policy's success. Press conferences, social media campaigns, and meetings with community leaders were all part of the plan. The press conference announcing the new policy, Depp captivated the journalists' attention. Questions poured in. Will this policy truly help marginalized communities? What will the lobbyist reaction be? Is the administration sure about taking this risk? Depp was prepared for each question. His responses were thoughtful and measured. He explained the administration's reasons for adopting the policy and outlined the steps they would take to ensure its success. The journalists were impressed by his resolve and conviction that in the following weeks, Depp and his team worked tirelessly to implement the policy. They held meetings with community leaders, gathered feedback, and made necessary adjustments. Social media campaigns highlighted the policy's benefits. The public responded positively. However, the expected backlash came swiftly. Powerful lobbies opposed the policy, and the media widely covered their reactions. Depp remained steadfast. He addressed every criticism and repeatedly explained the administration's reasons for adopting the policy. Over time, the policy's positive effects became visible. Marginalized communities began receiving more support. Public trust in the administration grew. Depp's courage and determination were key to this success. Johnny Depp's political journey had made him a stronger and more successful leader. Despite the challenges, he never wavered from his mission. He fought to defend the administration's policies and initiate change. And he won that battle successfully. Depp's story was more than just a personal tale. It was the journey of a leader and a changemaker. His transition from acting to politics revealed a new side of him. And this story was far from over. Depp's political journey continued, and the world watched in anticipation. As Depp continued his role as a political spokesperson, he encountered new obstacles and controversies. The administration's policies were often met with resistance, and Depp found himself at the center of heated debates. But he remained undeterred, using his platform to advocate for change and justice. One particularly challenging incident involved a high-stakes international negotiation. Depp was sent as a special envoy to represent the administration in delicate talks with foreign dignitaries. The negotiations were tense, with both sides unwilling to compromise. Depp's diplomatic skills were put to the test as he navigated the complex dynamics of international relations. During one of the negotiations, a sudden crisis erupted. A group of protesters stormed the venue, demanding immediate action on a contentious issue. The situation threatened to derail the entire negotiation process. Depp quickly took charge, using his charisma and negotiating skills to defuse the tension. He engaged with the protesters, listening to their concerns and assuring them that their voices would be heard. Depp's ability to connect with people on a personal level helped to calm the situation. He worked tirelessly to find a solution that addressed the protesters' demands while also satisfying the interests of the negotiating parties. His efforts were successful, and the negotiations resumed, ultimately leading to a historic agreement. News of Depp's diplomatic triumph spread quickly, further enhancing his reputation as a skilled and effective political figure. The media praised his handling of the crisis, and his popularity soared. Depp's journey from actor to political spokesperson had taken an unexpected turn, and he was now seen as a powerful force in international diplomacy. However, Depp's newfound fame in the political arena also brought increased scrutiny. His every move was watched and analyzed, and he faced constant pressure to maintain his image as a principled and effective leader. Despite the challenges, Depp remained committed to his mission, using his influence to promote positive change. As Depp's political career continued to flourish, he found himself at the center of a major scandal. Accusations of corruption and misconduct within the administration threatened to tarnish his reputation. Depp was determined to get to the bottom of the allegations and clear his name. He launched an internal investigation, working tirelessly to uncover the truth. The process was grueling, with countless interviews and reviews of documents. Depp's dedication to transparency and accountability was unwavering, and he refused to let the scandal define his legacy. After months of investigation, Depp presented his findings to the public. He revealed that the accusations were baseless and that the administration had been the target of a smear campaign. His honesty and integrity in handling the scandal further solidified his reputation as a trustworthy and principled leader. Depp's political journey had been filled with challenges and triumphs, but he remained steadfast in his commitment to making a difference. His transition from acting to politics had been anything but smooth, but he had proven himself to be a resilient and effective leader. As Depp looked to the future, he knew that his work was far from over. There were still many battles to be fought and many challenges to be overcome. But he was ready to face whatever came his way, determined to continue making a positive impact on the world. Johnny Depp's story was one of transformation, resilience, and unwavering commitment to a greater cause. His journey from a silver screen to the political stage had been filled with unexpected twists and turns, but he had emerged as a powerful and influential figure. And as the world watched, Depp continued to inspire and lead, always striving to create a better future for all.